Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM'S Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Quartz St. Vincent Limited.
Pick your daily reward from the Quartz Ready Cash Money Tree. Every customer is a winner with every loan of $3,000 or more from Quartz Ready Cash. Plus, you get to enter to win a weekend for two at Sandals. No deposit, no collateral needed. All you need is your ID, proof of address, pay slips, job letter, and two references. Visit your nearest Quartz or Ready Cash location today or apply online at www.quartz.com. Get more for 2024 with Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Quartz St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene. With the Villa Beach rapidly eroding, the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines is planning to give the beach an injection of white sand. This was disclosed by Minister of Finance Camilo Gonzalez during his appearance on WEFM's Issue at Hand program. Minister Gonzalez also made mention of rehabilitation work that is expected to take place in the future that will fix damage caused to the area in the past. We hear more from Minister Gonzalez.
The Villa Beach, which is eroding rapidly, needs an injection of sand, but it needs an injection of white sand.
Yes.
It doesn't need more sand from the black sand area at Brighton. There have been some white sand deposits identified, but we have not completed the analysis as to whether or not there'll be environmental impacts to dredging from those locations. So that work is ongoing. If the work is not complete by the time the dredging boat comes back, we'll have to then order the dredging boat back on the government's dime to have them come back. But we've developed a relationship with the company, and they're essentially waiting on us to tell them when to come and where to dredge.
The finance minister said that the government plans to initiate a rehabilitation on the reef at the Villa Beach area in an attempt to reverse damage from the past.
Those of you who have been around a little bit longer know that once upon a time they blew a hole in the reef in Villa Beach to facilitate seaplanes landing there. Long time ago. And in blowing the hole in that reef, they changed the drift of the water, which has had a erosionary impact on that beach since then. And these things take place over many, many years before you notice the impact. We're also analyzing with some coastal engineers out of Barbados the best way to rehabilitate that piece of reef, to redirect the flow of water the way it used to be before we destroy the reef.
That was the Minister of Finance, Camilo Gonzalez, speaking on WEFM's Issue at Hand program. Minister Gonzalez said that the government is working actively on this, but will not dredge any sand from any location until the appropriate analyses have been completed. The meteorological services at the Argyle International Airport, in an advisory issued on Tuesday, February 6, 2024, advised that varying concentrations of Saharan dust continue to create hazy conditions, reducing visibility across St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the associated dry air limits shower activity. Historically, rainfall total across SVG are lowest during the months of February to March. Moderate concentrations of Saharan dust can be expected by Thursday. Meanwhile, moisture converges just west of the island chain on Wednesday and spreads cloudiness across SVG. The chance of showers across all islands increased late Thursday and during Friday. The Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment has advised the public that particles contained within the Saharan dust could cause various health effects. The Health Ministry says that the concentrations of the Saharan dust may severely affect persons with respiratory diseases, such as asthma, and persons with pre-existing heart disease. Still on the local scene, the $50,000 reward for information on the mass shooting that took place in the Harbour Club area of Kingstown last year is still available. Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of crime, Trevor Bailey, during an appearance on the Voices program aired on WEFM, made this clear when responding to a caller on the status of the case. While assuring that the investigation is very much alive, he said the reward is available to anyone that provides information that is solid and credible. We hear more from ACP Bailey.
On the 19th of July, St. Vincent saw what they never saw before. 5 murders committed in a single incident. Again, that investigation is very much alive. As I reported sometime late last year and earlier this year, Our colleagues from St. Lucia came to St. Vincent and they did some work for us. And we have sent off some of the exhibits to different labs. And again, we await the result of these examinations. But the investigation is very much alive. And to add that the reward that was offered is still being offered up to today. That $50,000 is still being offered for anyone who has information in that 5-man murder. Yes, if you provide the information and the information is solid and credible and well, that reward is still being offered.
That was the Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of crime, Trevor Bailey, speaking on the Voices program aired on WeFM. On July 19th, 2023, 5 people were fatally shot in the incident, including a 13-year-old boy. Since that time, the police force has been asking anyone with information that can lead to the arrest and conviction of persons who have committed this crime to provide them with such information, giving the assurance that the information would be held to the strictest of confidence. On to news in the region. Some Grenadians are voicing their dissatisfaction as the Royal Grenada Police Force, the RGPF, has announced that no amplified music will be allowed on Independence Day, today, February 7th, except those approved by the National Organizing Committee. The RGPF, in a statement issued on Tuesday, says all permits previously granted for the use of amplified sounds on that day are hereby revoked. The police force has apologized for any inconvenience caused and is appealing to the full cooperation of the public. However, some Grenadians took to social media to express discontent with the decision made, stating many promoters had activities planned for the day. The Guyana government has warned teachers who are into the second day of nationwide industrial action on Tuesday that they would not be paid for participating in what it termed an illegal strike. The ministry said that through its statistical analysis, most teachers had ignored the call by the Guyana Teachers Union for them to participate in the quote-unquote illegal strike on Monday, promising that those who reported for duty and delivered lessons will be recognized for their dedication towards ensuring the nation's children receive the education they rightfully deserve. Guyana's Ministry of Education declined to provide a figure on the number of educators who responded to the strike call, and the GTU said at least 58.16% of teachers stayed away from schools on the first day of the industrial action. GTU President Dr. Marcolite dismissed the threat of teachers' salaries and wages being withheld as a result of their participation in the industrial action, saying, "We hold our ground that the strike is legal, so let's see." On the international scene, a United States appeals court has ruled that former President Donald Trump does not have immunity from federal charges that he plotted to overturn his 2020 election defeat to President Joe Biden. For the purpose of this criminal case, former President Trump has become Citizen Trump, with all of the defenses of any other criminal defendant, a 3-judge panel of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit said on Tuesday. The ruling states that any executive immunity that may have protected him while he served as president no longer protects him against this prosecution. The decision marks the second time in as many months that judges have refused Trump's arguments that he cannot be prosecuted for actions while he was in the White House. The case will remain paused until at least Monday to give Trump time to appeal. Finally, in sports, Andy Murray's difficult start to the year continued with defeat in Marseille, but Heather Watson earned one of the best wins of her recent career at the Abu Dhabi Open on Tuesday. Murray lost in another error-strewn showing against world number 66 Thomas Machak at the Open 13 province. He has lost all 4 of his matches in 2024, including a first-round exit at last month's Australian Open. Meanwhile, Watson beat Russian 9th seed Veronika Kudermetova. The convincing first round was Watson's best in terms of ranking since 2017, with Kudermetova ranked 16th in the world, 140 places above the former British number 1. This has been WeFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WeFM's 3 p.m. news. WeFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Save up to 30% store-wide. Now that's unbeatable value you will love. Find it only at Quartz. We've got the best range in appliances, electronics, furniture, and so much more. With the best quality and the best prices. Now that's a match you'll love. Get it today with no cash and pay over time. Only at Quartz.